What's going on, everybody? Happy Wondrous Wednesday. Welcome to the Shibby Shack. I'm Spencer.
Hey, I'm Bob, and I'm back.
And Brian's over. Brian, do you have a mic over there?
I do have a mic over here.
You have a mic? Brian's
What's going
there.
on?
And we also have another Brian with us. Brian over here of the Super Thrash Brothers. You may have heard of them as the band that you were listening to while waiting for this to start. A whole bunch of fun here. But yeah, so we'll start with Bob real quick. It's been a month and a half, Bob. How you been?
Has.
How was hibernation?
It was good.
Get a lot of sleep?
A very long rest, a long 2 months.
I can see that. All rejuvenated? Get all your spell slots back?
Yeah, I
Very
did.
nice.
A very nice long rest.
Fantastic.
So I can cast whatever the fuck I cast.
You cast a pod as we are on the podcast.
Hey guys, I got a place I gotta be.
Oh yeah, you got a car that you want to take?
I got a ride that's taking me to be anywhere else but here.
And of course, to my right, Brian of the Super Thrash Brothers. Thank you for joining us tonight, sir.
Thank you for having me, and I want to give a quick shout out to Mr. Spencer here to my left, who drove all the way out to Flemington, New Jersey, to pick me up from work because my car has shat the bed. And he still wanted me to be a part of the podcast.
Yes.
So much love to you. Thank
Yes.
you very much for making this happen again.
Well, thank you for thanking me.
Thank you for.
But yeah, it was very. I saw the Facebook story too, because I mean every now and again I just kind of casually just tap on and whatnot, and I just saw one. It's like, well, folks, she's dead. And you showed your car, and I'm like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
It was not a great day. It was not a fun time.
Right, we all learned something that day. Cars like to have oil in them.
Yes, you know what? That is very true. That is, you know what? It's not something I knew prior.
just in case.
It's like, oh shit, that's what that's for.
Oh,
man. Dang it.
I was using Aunt Jemima's this whole time. Dang it.
God, dang
Dude,
it. This is the sugar-free.
5W40 synthetic is my only essential oil. That's what I use. But yeah, so that was the thing that happened. It was quite tragic, and it felt so bad because like at first, like no offense to you personally, I hate the Toyota Corolla. I hate the Camry the most. I just hate the Camry and the Corolla. I don't even know if you noticed on the ride over, but half the people that are I'm going the speed limit in the left lane and I shouldn't have to go any faster are fucking Camrys.
Yeah.
With a hint of Corolla.
Camrys are like the universal car of grandmas.
They're too fucking reliable. I don't trust them.
Meanwhile, my girlfriend drives a Corolla.
Shout out to the Corolla gang. Go fuck yourself. I hate them. No.
Wow.
Dude, I can't.
You gotta watch your mouth, dude. He might go into hibernation for another 3 months.
That's true.
Fuck you, God. he's just gone. No, I'm
Good night, everybody.
I consider myself a very progressive person, except for cars. I'm an automotive racist. I'm not even afraid to say it. There's certain cars that you see on the road, and bear in mind, cars are a choice. You can choose what you drive.
I can't wait for some fan, if we ever make it huge, for some fan to take that exact sentence and cut out the word automotive. And say, have you say, I'm a racist with your hand out like this.
Oh,
I had a finger in there. That's not fair.
Dude, I'm on camera right now. You need to start behaving yourself.
I mean, all cars are equally great.
Different topic. Super Thrash Bros is okay, I guess.
Never heard of them.
Me neither, honestly. Who the fuck is that?
Well, if I did hear of them, I heard that they just played a recent convention called Retro Game Con. Retro Game Con.
We played at Retro Game Con in Syracuse, New York, and it was quite a fun experience. We had a really, really, really good time. Pat Milligan, the host coordinator, works harder than almost. You know, I'll just come out and say it. He is the hardest working convention runner, owner, booker, whatever the term may be, that the Thrash Bros has ever worked with.
Right on.
And he's been behind us 100% ever since we started working together. He's really been pulling for us. He's dropping our names in all kinds of hats. Shout out to Pat Milligan. You're the fucking man. Thank you for everything that you do for Thrash Bros and everything you do for the convention scene, man.
You're the real MVP, Pat Milligan.
Yes, you is.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We ended up well, it was kind of fun. We ended up heading out from my area. We started the drive to Syracuse at about 10 o'clock at night.
How far is that? That's got to be a trip. Like,
Well, I mean, the thing you have to consider is when I'm riding with Eric and Ryan, Ness and Mega Man for the normies.
That's me.
Where
I'm a normie. I forgot the names.
Where we're hauling the trailer with all the gear.
Right.
And when you're hauling the trailer, you're essentially adding 45 minutes to an hour on top of whatever traveling you're going to be doing. So we left my neck of the woods probably about 9:30 or 10 o'clock, and we didn't get to Syracuse until about 3 in the morning.
Well, at least you have to deal with traffic, right?
Oh no, it was honestly like that night, like Eric and I were talking about it. We were like, honestly, like coming up the night before the convention might be the move because the highways are empty.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for sure.
And like the gas station, there's no lines at the gas stations. The only downside is none of the food was hot at the rest stops. But you know,
but there was still food and rest stops.
There
so
was
like,
still food and rest stops.
It's like finding an oasis in the desert, except you got to pay for it.
Yeah, there's nothing better than doing that like overnight red eye drive because like there's no traffic, there's nothing to really worry about. You just kind of cruise.
Yeah, the only thing that Erica kind of worried about was the highway hypnosis, and he was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna put on a couple of my Fire albums, my jams, and we're gonna get through it.
I did that down to Bristol, Tennessee, and it
Really?
was that drive. It was a great drive because, again, there was only traffic by D.C.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, like, it was just dead, only car on the road. Like, it was great. But, yeah, the highway hypnosis,
yeah, you got to be careful.
It was awful.
Especially, like, and as long as you have, like, a couple of good conversationalists in the car, you're set.
Oh, yeah.
You're set, yeah. But we got to the convention, and we played at the after party, and that was really fun. It was a lot of fun. We played the after party there last year. We did the after party again this year. But a little interesting little tidbit happened, and I'll tell this story. David Hayter was a guest at the convention. For anybody who doesn't know who David Hayter is the voice of Solid Snake. And he was a guest at the convention. And there was at the after party this other band Lame Genie played. Shout out to Lame Genie. If you haven't heard of them, check them out. There are good friends from Providence, Rhode Island. I think they're from Rhode Island.
What kind of music are they?
Nerd music like us.
Oh, finally music for me.
yeah. They have a really cool gimmick. Like all of their music is timed to gameplay footage that they record themselves.
Nice.
It's really really cool.
That's
and
awesome.
as a drummer myself, I appreciate the like locking in of all the rhythms and stuff. I'm very much appreciative of that. And so they went on before us, and then in the between time, David Hayter did a raffle. He was giving stuff off, and it was really cool. But when David Hayter was done with the raffle, he left the room. And because he's like a celebrity, 60% of the room left with him. And I'm standing here like, fucking David Hayter.
God
damn it.
Were you being a David Hayter?
Hey, I think my car's here. I think my taxi.
Is it? The one
no.
with the oil or without it?
Oh, it's going to be a long hour.
Yeah, we get that a lot.
So
He thinks we only do this for an hour.
Yikes. That'll be a yikes from me, boss. But I was like, fucking David Hayter. He stole my crowd, and that guy, he's a dick, and he fucking took our whatever. I was grumpy about it, but the crowd that ended up staying was super energetic. We had a great set, regardless.
Right on.
So me and the boys head into the hotel bar, and David Hayter's just sitting there, and he's just chilling with a bunch of fans, talking.
That's
hanging
awesome,
out,
man.
Telling stories.
Hell yeah.
And sharing stories, listening to stories, and responding. And I'm like, yeah, that's cool. Wait, no, it's not. David Hayter's an asshole.
Hey.
He's a dick, and he stole my crowd. Fucking no, he's not cool. And then I sat down at a table next to him, and I started talking to somebody. I forget who it was. And he just whips around and goes, dude, you have an incredible voice. And I'm like, oh my God, thank you. And he goes, yeah, dude, like you should get into voice acting if you're not already. And I'm like, I'm trying. Like, I made my commercial reel and my demo reel. And he's like, yeah, man, you should absolutely. You got such a career ahead of you. And I'm like, dude, thank you so much. And I remember going to bed that night being like, why could you not have just been an asshole? Why couldn't you just let me have that?
Let me hate you, damn it.
Why couldn't you just have been a dick? Like, dude, I would have taken it if you just like skip out on tipping the bartender. Give me something.
Dude, kill him with kindness, man.
He was
it's the old saying.
He was such a sweet and genuine dude. He was such a cool guy. And I love telling that story because people think I'm trying to start beef with a celebrity. But no, he's just like, I tried to psych myself out and being like, no, it's fine. We can do it without him. But he's just such a good dude. Despite me trying actively to hate him, he was a really cool dude.
I mean, it's not like he.
Hi, David, if you're listening.
It's not like he intentionally took away the crowd.
And he absolutely didn't. It wasn't absolutely.
He wasn't like, "Hey, crowd, follow me."
No, fuck these guys. Come with me to the bar. Away.
What's even funnier is when we were talking to him, he had no idea that I was in the band that was in the room. He had no idea I was part of the entertainment, which was kind of cool. I was just talking to me like I was a person. It was really awesome.
Yeah, you band people aren't people.
Dude, listen. This is something that's started to happen recently. No, I swear to God, people come up to me at conventions with like Thrash Brothers merchandise, and they're like, "Hey, can you sign it?" And I'm like,
"Wait, what? Me?"
I'm like, "Dude, I'm just Brian. Why do you want my autograph?" And it's weird.
For those that don't catch on to that, Brian is the frontman of a video game metal cover band or video game cover metal band, but bear in mind that video game music doesn't really have lyrics. So he comes up there and he's like a hype man, and you get your screams in there and you get your growls and all, and you keep the energy up.
My favorite thing that I heard somebody talk about was they didn't realize I was nearby, but they were talking about us the morning after the show. And they were like, yeah, dude, the Super Thrash Bros were really cool. There was a guy dressed as Mega Man, a guy dressed as Skull Kid. There was this guy in a suit. He was the front man, I think.
Well,
I don't really know what he did, but like he was awesome. And
you're the hype man. I call you, when I describe it, I call you the front man. Because you are the man standing in the front of everything and whatnot. You're a hype man.
The way that I would describe it is if I were to put like stereotypical labels, like band labels on our character roles, I would be the front man, Ed, Crazy Hand.
Right.
Crazy Hand's the hype man.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because it's
you and Ed, you and Crazy Hands are kind of like the two dancers that the DJ brings to the Sweet 16 to get everyone hyped. I think that's the best way to put it.
I'm not gonna say we won't look good in bikinis. Wink.
No, but in all seriousness, I think that's half the fun. And I give you guys a lot of credit too, because you recently played a show at the Stone Pony.
Yes, we did.
And like, it was a different crowd than the normal crowd, because it wasn't a nerd-centric crowd anymore. It was a music crowd, and so people come early. I didn't know what to expect because, like I said, I came for you guys, but like, I was trying to get people in the crowd to get going, because it turns out, I guess, more of the music on the bill were like pop punk bands, which just more happy shovey.
There was pop punk
happy
bands.
shovey.
There was funk bands.
Yes,
there was more like groovier stuff, and we were just kind of like the screamy like
metal
shit.
I will say though, I was looking up. There was not a frown in the audience, so everyone was fucking smiling. You could definitely tell the people that knew that it was video game music. Other people I don't even think knew what game, or even that they were video games. But everyone was fucking smiling.
Well,
because you guys are entertaining to watch, and coming from a person that gets really self-conscious, dancing alone in a pit and whatnot, I know it could definitely be difficult to be a hype person when the crowd isn't quite giving back that hype energy. But you guys kept the energy and the momentum going through that, and so it was almost more like it reminded me more of a sitting audience watching a performance than it was like a standing concert venue. But it's still, you guys put on a fantastic show. It was so much fun.
Thank you so much.
And I was very happy. I was even more happy because like I remember asking you before, like, being it's, you guys were playing. I was like, is this like a cosplay show? And he's like, every show we play is a cosplay show. So Brian and I dress up, and we're the only two in cosplay besides you guys. But that made it even better, dude. I had 3 people because, I mean, long story short, I was just Link with a kilt on because jeans are boring.
Jeans are boring.
Very boring, and kilts are so breezy.
They're so nice.
I had 3 people ask me what I played in the band. Not if I was in the band, what I played in the band.
I was like, all right, I do have Ness, and he's in Smash Bros. I'm like, I got the shirt and the hat.
Yeah.
I'll wear that. And then the first person I saw was the drummer who dresses as Ness. Yeah. And we both just locked eyes, and we were like, and it was the Spider-Man meme pretty much. That it was 2 people pointing at each other, but he actually had jorts on, and I'm standing there in my kilt, and I was like, well, I wear a kilt on my shows now.
Dude, he fucking Eric doesn't have jorts. He has jeans he tore off at the knees.
Hell yeah, he's got Daisy Dukes.
Don't try to peg Eric as the guy who goes out and buys jorts.
No, I'm not saying goes out and buys
back,
jorts,
Eric.
but
I got your back.
He at least like he cut them to make it at least look like they're jorts.
He did.
I'll peg myself as that guy. I made a pair of Daisy Dukes for PAX East because I attempted. This was an experiment. I attempted to dress very flamboyantly to advertise the podcast. Like I wore like a flamingo Hawaiian shirt. The back of it said like "Ask me about my podcast," kind of like accepted. Ask me about my wiener, her, and my Instagram and I'll say at time Twitch handle because I haven't streamed in like 6 months. Okay, but. I think I ended up scaring away more people than I wanted to attract. Because you know what? I guess when you're not cosplaying as something in particular and you're just walking around in I had like the rainbow twirly with the hat with the pinwheel on top of it. Yeah. I'll grab a picture for you while I'm talking.
Oh, please do. I would love to see that.
I had a pair of jeans that were just destroyed, so I cut myself some Daisy Dukes. Nice. Like I accidentally wore boxer shorts one of the days, but like I had to tuck my shorts. I had to tuck the boxer shorts up in because they were going below the jorts. And I wore them like I was really trying to push the podcast, so I wore them every day. And I remember the first 2 days super fun. 3rd day fun. Chafing. Sunday I'm just like, oh yeah, and I handed out cards. And by Sunday, I'm just like half crying putting on these shorts because I'm like, I just want sweatpants and for everyone to fuck off.
I think I heard you telling this story at Colossal Con.
That would make sense.
Funny
enough, my 2 friends invited me to join them in a group like Pokemon Red and Blue Team Rocket grunt thing, like just dress up as your normal everyday grunt. They ended up getting more like people taking pictures with them and laughing and stuff, and then there's just some dude and asshole like in rainbow garb with Daisy Dukes on.
Hey, look at my butt cheeks. Like,
oh, dude, hell yeah.
Some underbutt,
dude.
Some underbutt.
Get that cheeky cleft.
First, there you go. That's with Free Shrugs guy.
Oh, excellent.
I'll post up some pictures on our Instagram just so anyone listening can take a look at it. Yes,
that would be at Shibby Shack Official on Instagram.
Perfect. Look how much fun I am,
Don't worry,
guys.
Bob. It is
look how rad I am with my
screen.
cut-off mechanic gloves.
Yes.
Jesus Christ, you look like a train wreck.
I felt like one too. But you know what? I broke a lot of like internal boundaries that day. It was
That's awesome, dude. That's all about it.
It was
honestly that's kind of how the way I got started in Thrash Bros. So initially, I live about an hour away from the guys. They all kind of live in the same area, and I live up north. And originally, we ended up crossing paths because my old band was also a nerd band. And we just saw, another nerd band. And I was like, yo, Super Thrash Bros, that name is sick. And we wanted to play shows with them because we're like, there's another nerd band. Like, let's be friends.
Hell yeah.
But fucking Thrash Bros saw us as competition because they're like, we just got out of the fucking bar scene. This is our turf now. This is our turf. But we were all cool. We ended up meeting for the first time at, I think it was AVGC 2016. I think it was the first time we ever crossed paths together.
Wait, which one's that again?
A video game con.
Of course it is. For some reason, I had my head games done quick. I was like, wait, GD, no.
AVGC. Yeah, but we this is when we initially crossed paths. And then Pixel Face was the name of the band, my band, by the way. Pixel Face was on its way down. Like, our bassist had moved away. We had a couple more commitments for shows that we were going to fill, and then we were just going to kind of call it quits. So one of the last shows that we played was at this anime convention that I booked my band to play, and I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I'm going to support my boys. Let's get the Thrash Bros out here. So the venue that we played at was this theater in a college. It was a college convention. And it was in a theater, and like with the nailed down theater seating, which isn't really too conducive to crowd participation stuff. And Skull Kid was like going out to his car, running in and out with gear, and he had a bunch of like red cork circles. And I'm like, oh, what's that? And he goes, oh, and he goes on to explain essentially the prototype for what would have become Break the Targets.
Gotcha.
And he was like, but we don't really know what we're gonna do. Because, like, the Break the Target song, all four of us have a part to play. And we don't know how we're going to do this. And I was like, dude, just give him to me. Oh? Just give him to me. I'll pick out a fucking member of the crowd that's in cosplay. I'll get them upstairs. I'll ask them to tell everybody their name, and then tell everybody what they're dressed as, and I'll throw the targets at them, and they'll break it with the Ness's baseball bat. And if they break a couple of the targets, they'll get a free shirt from the table. Everyone was like, oh, yeah, that's a pretty cool idea. And then we did it, and it was really fun. And then I like talked to him afterwards, like, yeah, it was pretty fun. And, yeah, it was kind of cool. All right, we'll see you later. And then like
But wait.
2 weeks later. But then like 2 weeks later. So that was in April, was that convention. And then like 2 weeks later, Eric Ness calls me and says, hey, man, what's going on? How's it going? Hey, we're playing at this convention in Philly. Called Too Many Games, and you were kind of really fun with that. How'd you feel about just doing that again? And I was like, it's really vague. Like, what do you want me to do? We were like, well, we're going to talk about it, and we're going to see what happens. I'm like, cool. Nothing has been cleared up. And I remember, like, what should I look like? Like, how should I dress? And like you hear the announcer's voice, and you're like, that voice just sounds like it should be wearing a suit. So I just put on a suit. And it's funny because here's a little insider info for you guys. You're exclusive to run with.
We're getting
heard it here first on the Shibby Shack.
You're gonna hear it first on the Shibby Shack. The first show that I played with the Thrash Bros, I had forgotten to stop at Party City to grab white dining gloves.
Ooh.
So instead, I went to Modell's and I grabbed white batter's gloves. And there's a the picture of me like that was used as the announcement as my joining the band. I'm standing there in a 3-piece suit with fucking white and neon blue batter's gloves on. And but
you could definitely rock that though. That's one of those things that people would be like you thinking about it like this, it's just like but like the fact that you're a thrash energetic metal band, like maybe a plain white glove wasn't the thing that that makes it pop.
Well, no, the white glove is what the Master Hand and the Crazy Hand were.
Yeah, but maybe Thrash Master Hand, super radical man, and wants to dress up for fun.
He's got a pair of wraparound shades.
That's Crazy Hand is the one who's like, oh, look at me.
Well, maybe Master Hand's taking after his brother and loosening up a little bit after 30 years of just sitting in his mom's basement.
Well, so here's what's really funny. Originally,
no.
Let me write my own fan fiction, goddammit.
Jesus Christ. I'm the only person here that is not officially a part of this podcast, and I feel like I'm the only one trying to steer the ship right now. I'm the only one trying to keep a cohesive storyline going.
Welcome to this podcast.
Welcome to the podcast.
I never knew that we had a ship. Wow.
Yeah, I brought it.
Yeah, it's ours has a bunch of holes and fixed with duct tape along the way and shoestrings.
Don't forget zip ties.
Oh yeah.
So
zip ties hold my life together.
Originally, I was just the announcer. I did the whole bit solo. And there was one convention, I forget when and where it was, but for whatever reason, I couldn't make it. So half the band promised the role of the announcer to one guy, and the other half promised it to somebody else. And rather than having the awkward conversation of which one do we pick, fuck it, let's just have both of them do it. And one was this friend of the band, Brandon, and then the other was Ed. And, the show was what it was. And I called Eric the next day to see how it went. And he was like, yeah, dude, Ed's a fucking lunatic. He's bouncing around like a crazy person. And I was like, oh, crazy. It might be kind of.
Wait a
And then my wheels started turning. I was like, yo, how about like, because I had been struggling to like, I was the announcer, but I was like struggling to find a way to be both master hand and crazy hand. Like I was trying to develop two different voices and like move in different ways. And I was like, wouldn't it be cool if there was just a guy dressed as master hand and then a guy dressed as crazy hand?
Oh, for sure.
Like, why don't we just split the role? And then, Ed has been a part of the band ever since. Because, like, I have my, like, verbal spots that I always hit. I have my same little spiels that I do. Every Thrash Bros show for me is about 60 to 75%, like, spots that I normally hit, and about the rest is just all improv. Because, like, there's little crowd bits that I do. But for the most part, I'm hitting all, like, major beats that I'm supposed to. And, like, just riffing and using, like, I was an improv student in college. So, like,
That's perfect.
I just kind of, like, I just have my routine and I can go through it. Ed and I tried to share the microphone. But Ed's, I was trying to teach Ed how to be me. And Ed was just having a hard time. And I was like, all right, how about we don't teach you to be me. You just be you. And then you fucking saw it at Colossal Con. Like,
and it's the perfect dynamic, if you don't mind me, just
Oh, no,
because,
absolutely.
like, watching Master Hand is the more proper one. He is the Master Hand. So you have that where he is Crazy Hand. He's just fucking going nuts. He's starting pits. He's, moshing and skanking and whatnot. And, like, that dynamic, it's really hard at the concert to just notice, like, hey, he only has one glove on that hand and he only has one glove on that hand. So you guys both have to really own the character
Oh, yeah.
itself in order to bring it alive.
Yeah.
I mean, in all honesty, when I first saw you guys, I didn't even notice that you only had one glove on until like halfway through the show, and I'm like, oh, that's clever.
yeah, no.
But the fact of the matter is, you have Master Hand, who's the one, and then you have like Crazy Hand, which is like the lunatic henchman. It's perfect.
Yeah, no, that's essentially what we've been doing ever since Ed's been a part of the band. Ed's been a part of the band since officially since the summer. Yeah, officially since the summer.
That's cool, man.
Like he had his official introduction on stage the weekend our album came out.
And what a way to tour! Like bar bands are fun and all, but you go to gaming conventions, you get invited to gaming conventions to play music, to hang out, to party, to make new friends, acquaintances, or wherever that may go, and then just fucking. What a life! Holy crap!
I've been like legitimately over the past couple of months, especially because Thrash Bros is like taken off. Like, if you haven't followed us already on the line out there in internet land, you really should, because 2020 there are some big things happening. Nothing's set in stone, but things are happening. Wheels are turning. I've legitimately been getting like imposter syndrome, I've been like talking to Eric and Ryan, being like, dude, I don't even know what I do in this band. I don't do anything. I grab a microphone and say some stupid shit and dance like an idiot in front of strangers.
Brother, what would Super Smash Brothers be without Master Hand?
And Eric keeps like, honestly, and Eric keeps telling me like, dude, you're doing amazing things. You're helping us so much, and this, that, and the third. And I didn't realize how much of an integral part of the band I was until Colossal Con. Colossal Con was really kind of the moment where I was like, okay, this is why I'm here.
That's the con that I first saw them.
Yeah, dude. And it's funny. Here's another quick story. You were also the first person to pass our merch table that weekend.
Really?
Swear to God. We had gotten there like 10 minutes before.
Right, because I saw you guys, and they're like,
we were
we're a metal
unpacking.
band playing. I'm like, metal band?
Yeah, and it was funny because you were like, metal band? What are you playing? We were like, fucking in a couple of hours. And you were like, hell yeah, see you then. And Eric turns around and goes, that is exactly what I wanted to hear. Yay! Because you said something to the effect of like, bro, stop. You had me at metal. See you at 9 or whatever our time was. And Eric was like, "That was gonna be a good weekend."
So let me dial it back to like my perspective. So I guess I mean I talked Colossal Con already, but to sum it up real quick, it's a convention in an indoor water park. It's anime heavy. There was some gaming stuff here and there, but I guess it is very much anime. But it's really all about cosplay, doing like whatever and whatnot. But in the convention center, I had no idea what I was getting myself into. It just the whole premise of it sounded amazing. I had friends that were going, and I was like, I need to get in on this. So when you go to a convention, I'm used to panels talking about stuff and whatnot. I mean, it's all nerd stuff. But when I saw like there's music, I'm like, oh, that sounds pretty neat. Oh, there's a metal band. Oh, they do video game covers. What? And so like everything about that weekend was just like. There will never be another Colossal Con like that for me because it was all a surprise. And that was just such a big surprise. I remember I just got chummy with Ed the Punk. He was on the show before. But they have their whole like shore style. Actually, not they. Excuse me. We have our whole shore style punk scene and whatnot. And so like I'm all just amped from going to a bunch of their shows, and I see metal. I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. We're bringing a shore style to the Colossal Con.
Hell yeah, dude.
And dude, it was just so much fun.
There's actually recently we posted our recap video of Colossal Con. It's like 11 minutes long.
I started watching it.
And
I was totally that guy. I was watching it, be like, "Ooh, where am I? Ooh, there's my hand."
Yeah. And there's the clip of you passing me the fucking Kalahari fucking tall boy drink.
Oh yes.
So here's the funny part about that little bit. For those of you who weren't there, I gave a little speech about at the 3/4 mark to the end of our set on the second. That was the second day, and I'm just getting like I just see somebody waving in my peripheral vision, and it's this fucker right here, and he's got a fucking Kalahari cocktail cup, and this thing's like 2 feet long, like it's big, and it's got like it's like shaped like a vase, like it's fat at the bottom, it gets narrow and then wide again. So he hands it to me, and I'm like, all right, guys, a toast to Colossal Con. You're amazing. And there's no straw in it. So I'm just like, all right, cool. Just knock it back. And the drink is mostly ice. So I go to knock it back, and the ice hits my lips. And I'm like trying to filter it through my teeth, and it's really cold. And some ice gets into my mouth. And then the crowd starts going, chug, 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 chug. And through a mouthful of ice, I go, well, if you insist. And I try to chug it, and then my mouth fills with ice. And I have to like spit a little bit of it back into the cup. I got the whole thing down, and most of it fell down my face and my beard. And I'm like, yeah.
It was a wonderful presentation, though.
Yeah, and then I was like, everybody was cheering, and I was like, oh god, this is cold. And I spat out all of the ice into my hand and just dropped it on the floor.
Really? I missed that part.
Yeah, you were pretty buzzed, my friend.
Yeah.
You were pretty drunk.
Yeah.
You still managed to keep a straight line 2-step, though. That's all we could ask for.
I have some experience. But
yes,
no,
you do.
I actually, after I saw you spin it back into the drink. So I went in the bathroom, I washed it out, I went to the bar.
I felt like such a dick.
No, it's totally cool. It's totally fine. I'm fucking sweating in a pit. I know fluids are going to be exchanged somehow in one way. I'm not worried. I went to the bartender. I was like, can you mind just washing out my cup? She's like, I have tap water I could rinse it with. I'm like,
that's cool.
Alcohol cleans itself. Perfect.
Alcohol does clean itself.
So no, but that's perfect.
One of
that was so good.
Speaking of those kinds of bits, Retro Game Con had its own themed beer, and it was a full restore IPA. And
I'm not getting drunk; I'm getting restored.
Yeah, no, exactly. It was really funny because like we heard that and we're like, oh, dude, we've got to work that into a bit. Like we've got to make a joke about that. And Ed and I worked out this bit where like I'd hype up the crowd and he'd like run and trip over himself and fall and hurt his leg and he'd start screaming like, oh my God, what the fuck? And then I'd be like, what, yo, crazy hand, what the hell happened? And I'd be like, God, no, I got it. We came prepared. And I'd walk over to like the table where we kept the cans. And I was like, we got some full restores. And the crowd went nuts. They were like, full restore, full restore. And we talked about, yeah, we're going to clink it and we're going to knock them back. but we've got so much adrenaline pumping through our bodies.
Hell yeah.
We crack it and like fucking, you know, like Stone Cold Steve
Oh,
Austin,
yeah.
how he just like, just dump it all over his body. We both got so much adrenaline pumping through our bodies. We fist bump with beers in our hands and pour the fucking shit all down our chests. None of it landed in our mouths. And there's this brief moment, and I hope it got caught on camera, where I'm looking down being like, oh shit. This floor is covered in beer. And it was carpeted too. Oh, man.
Dude, I could just see the janitor in the back staring at you. Just
But it was
shaking
like a super fucking.
God damn,
it was
yeah.
a super fucking like ritzy hotel, and honestly,
Oh, that's even better.
And,
Oh, that's even better.
honestly, like we were like cracking jokes with the staff backhand because there
Yeah,
was like an area that we had that was like the backstage area, and for those listening, I did shitty air quotes.
The green room.
It was it was the hallway
It's like
to
an
the kitchen.
off-green.
It was the hallway to the kitchen around the corner from the bathroom.
Hey,
we
man.
were cracking jokes with the janitor staff the whole time, so it was fine.
It's fine.
But yeah, Ed and I ended up smelling like fucking IPA until about 8 o'clock the following morning.
IPA smells great. Stale IPA.
Stale IPA mixed with body odor, a big sweaty man fucking moshing and crowd killing in a 3-piece suit. Does
Now you
not
just smell like
great.
Warped Tour.
You're being generous.
Well, you know what was really funny is
I'm sure
I
it's
ca-
better than like Constench.
Oh God.
I
What,
mean,
what
that-
convention did
they-
we go to
they
for my
were-
bachelor party?
We went to Too Many Games.
It was Too Many Games Con.
Too many games.
Yeah.
So we were talking about that on the way down. That was the same weekend of our album release.
I wish we. What day did you guys play that weekend again?
We played on Friday.
Okay, so we missed you because we went the Saturday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was gonna say,
Because Friday we had it was us, a couple. It was whatever the fuck I forget his band's name, but Family Jewels 7X's band played, and then Psycho Stick closed out the night.
yeah, I saw that when I was looking at the lineup, and I
Yeah,
saw
dude.
on the Friday, and I was like, oh shit, Psycho Stick was there, but the hype
The next
for me.
the next night had like epic rap battles of history and stuff.
Well, no, the Saturday.
That's still a thing?
yeah,
dude.
that's
Oh,
still
yeah.
a thing.
No,
They
Really?
did, they did a live show. Yeah. No, and like the best part was I ran into Nice Peter and Epic Lloyd like in the backstage area because I had like a performer's wristband. I was just wandering
Right.
around and I was like, "Yo, you're Nice Peter and Epic Lloyd, super cool, laid back dudes." And I was
They
like,
seem
"Hey,
like that.
hey, can I get a picture with you guys?" He's like, "Yeah, sure, absolutely." And I'm like, "We're standing in an area that's like exclusively lit by black light, and
That's pretty
we're just
neat.
like, hold on." I'm looking around. I'm like, "You guys want to take a shitty bathroom selfie?" And Lloyd goes, "Absolutely, I do."
Oh, that's awesome.
and we are pausing this conversation so I can pull up the photo.
You could do
Because
that.
To this day, it is the best photo I've ever taken of myself or anyone.
I'll say you could pause that because when we went this Saturday, the thing I was most excited for was that Crush 40 was going to be there on Saturday. And granted, it wasn't all of Crush 40. It was just the singer. I forget his name. I think it's Jason.
Whoop.
Headphones.
Oh, lost your headphones there.
Okay.
Oh my God, that is absolutely amazing. I love that picture. But no, they seem like two really cool dudes. I haven't watched Epic Rap Battles History in so long though. But no, we saw Crush 40 there. I don't know if you guys stuck around to see them play on Saturday, or the main guy.
Yeah. I
and-
personally didn't because I believe I was working my merch table shift
Gotcha.
at that time.
It was hilarious. And I think we talked
Really?
about
Oh, it
this.
was so awkward. It
We
was
talked about this
great.
maybe when the rest of the band was here the other time, but it was the funniest fucking thing because so he decides to call people up after like the first song. He's like, "You get on stage and you," and so he gets people to go up and he gets them to do like air guitars and air
I heard
drums,
about this.
and like he's singing like, "Oh hell, Shadow," and like they're all like pretending to do it. They're like super into it. But he doesn't like change out the people. He leaves them the entire set. So you get to the point where like the drummer's like, "Yeah, drums," and he's like, "Okay, my arms hurt. I don't want to be here anymore."
And-
no. You just see their enthusiasm waning.
It went downhill.
Oh, no.
And the best part was like after the first song, he goes to the guitarist, like this
Yeah.
girl, and he's like, "And on guitar we got Eddie Van Halen, whoa!" And then like he doesn't do anyone else, and then he stops. He doesn't do that for like two more songs. Comes back, goes back to the same person. He's like, yeah, we got Slash a guitar. Yeah. It's just like, what the
He doesn't introduce anybody. Oh, it was
it was so
it was
awkward
great.
and cringy.
It was
But
great.
the
Oh my
fact that
God.
he is the Sonic the Hedgehog singer guy, like,
I was about to say, talk
I was
about
like, dude,
awkward
as soon
and
as he
cringy.
did Live and Learn, I like that gif of Winnie the Pooh from Kingdom Hearts where his like soul leaves his body. That's what happened to me. Hanging on the edge of tomorrow.
Oh my God! There's a
Like
the,
the dumbest lyrics in the world.
the version. There's a version of Live and Learn
rock.
online. There's a version of Live and Learn online that is the best thing ever. It's Live and Learn, but there's the part where it's like, can you feel life moving through your spine? And the instrumentals keep going. The backing vocals keep happening. And it's just, it's like a 4-minute song. By the time you get to the guitar solo, it's a fucking dog whistle. It's amazing. Oh my!
That reminds me of
It's like we're traveling through time.
They do a bunch of those, like Smash Mouth. Then they don't stop coming. They don't stop coming.
They don't stop coming.
They
They
don't
don't
stop
stop
coming.
coming. They don't stop coming.
The best.
Yep, exactly.
Oh my God, I love that shit.
Yeah.
Oh, spread that shit on toast. That is my jam. Oh man, I love it.
I love
love it.
stupid shit like that.
Oh,
so
I
good. So
fucking
good.
live
I'm
for
gonna.
that.
Oh man, you see, because he tells me you're driving me home. I'm gonna fucking fill your meme folder on the way home. Hopefully, you know what? Yeah, fuck it. That's a euphemism. Take it as you want it, internet.
yeah.
You know that one
Yes.
for free.
Yes, he will.
Oh.
So, what do you think to this day? What do you think the craziest crowd was for that you played?
For Thrash Bros or just
Yeah.
in any band I've been a
Let's
part
start
of?
with Thrash Bros.
Easily Colossal Con.
Good. I just
Hands
wanted.
down.
I really just wanted that
Spencer
validation.
said
I
it's
just
like, I
yes.
need to stroke my ego just a
like,
little
honestly,
more.
like all jokes aside, there was like 300 people in that room.
Really?
That was insane.
But knew this-
I don't, between the 2 days, like I actually because I have the panning video from the second night,
right.
and the second night there had to be like 200 people in there.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
It was insane.
That's awesome.
Yeah, dude, it was nuts, and everybody was into it.
Dude, the pit was so good too. The pit was so much fun.
No, and what was even funnier was we debuted the home run contest at that show. So I'm like, all right, guys, for this next game, we need a line straight down the middle. And this fucker goes, Wall of Death! And everyone goes like, Wall of Death! Wall of Death! Oh my God. And there's a picture of me that was taken the moment where the crowd starts chanting for a Wall of Death. I'll recreate it. It's like...
It's a very
like,
quizzical, confused sort of. Wait, what?
Like,
Wait, huh?
and, like the caption of the photo is that face when Colossal Con calls for the Wall of Death before you do. And I'm like... And it was in that moment I was like...
Nah, I helped.
No, you did. Absolutely, you did. And it was like... I'm like, oh my God, this is like, oh man, I'm reliving the moments in my like, I'm still like that show was like almost 2 months ago at this point, and I'm still fucking coasting on how good that show made me feel. And yeah, we called for it, and they did that, and then I remember calling for the Wall of Death during Metroid. During the breakdown for the towards the end of the song before
Right.
we jumped into Space Pirates, and I'm a bit of a metal vocalist, and I called for the Wall of Death, and I just felt the fucking evil, and I just let out a fucking ew, and somebody caught it
so
on
good.
video.
It was so good.
Oh my God,
That was improv. That was.
that wasn't a part of the bit.
Oh, dude, that was
just,
amazing.
That was just like, I'm dealing the evil. Let's fucking you. And
I remember because I first, like I said, I was like, oh, cool, a metal band that has a hype man. Hype man's doing a good job. Oh my God, he can sing.
Yeah, and then during the Space Pirate theme, fucking Ant does these like dive bomb like. Ow!
Right.
He's on his guitar, and I started doing my own like dive bomb fucking screamy squeals to match it. And I remember, I don't think there's footage of it, but there's the song ends with a dive bomb, like pinch harmonic thing.
Right.
And I held it out for so long, I almost made myself pass out. Like I literally was like, I had the mic cupped, and I was like, yeah, and I fell off.
Also, I think that we need to make Dive Bomb Screamy Squeals a new mainstream metal term because that's perfect.
I mean,
That's actually the name of my new band.
oh.
Dive Bomb Screamy
Dive
Squeals.
Bomb Screamy Squeals.
Just like my new ska band, Bouncy Garbage.
Yo, if you made a T-shirt with a Bouncy Garbage logo, I would wear that shirt until it was disgusting.
I don't think
and
you
I had
understand.
to throw it out.
I got chummy with like a surf metal kid, and he fucking hates ska, and he called it a bunch of bouncy garbage. And I'm like, dude, if I start another band, I'm naming it Bouncy Garbage.
Dude, Bouncy Garbage is like,
So-
like that's ska in 2 words.
Oh yeah.
So when
yeah.
I finally learn like the alto sax again, can we just form a ska band and call it Bouncy Garbage?
Absolutely, goddamn,
You have your trombone player right
trumpet,
here. Like, come on.
alto sax.
I play drums, and I know how to
Drums,
pick it
there
up,
we
pick it
go.
up.
We're
Cool.
good.
You can pick it up, chicken. We got a
Holy
band
shit,
now.
we
We just started a ska band.
Did we just make a ska band?
Yeah. Joe, did we just become a ska band?
We'll be the super ska brothers. Yeah.
And, okay, you need to step right the fuck off our turf right now.
I really want to see
Ska
a battle.
versions of
Dude,
only
okay,
Smash
no,
Bros. music.
stick a pin in that because there are so many super blank bros in the video game music scene right now.
You just took my bit.
There's because there's super thrash bros, there's super guitar bros, there's super soul bros.
They're my favorite. I'm sorry, I love them so much.
No,
We're
no,
gonna stop
super soul
talking.
bros are great. But what I really want to do is have super guitar bros, super soul bros, and super thrash bros at a super smash bros tournament and just
My God.
melt everyone's brain.
I'm pretty sure you would just see a crevice open up in the middle of the floor where Master Hand and Crazy Hand come out at this point because the trifecta has been sentenced. Like you'll just see lines form between the 3 bands, and then this triangular hole just opens up as all of Super Smash Brothers just comes flying out. That'd be amazing. Yo, can we do that?
like the
Masahiro Sakurai actually like comes all the way from Japan and like rises above all 3 of them, and
Yeah,
he's
and he's
like,
like- and he-
"I have been summoned," but he says it in Japanese.
The Trinity has returned.
But he says in Japanese.
Triforce. Oh
The
my God, it's the
Triforce.
Triforce. It's the Triforce. Super
Now-
Guitar Bros, Super Thrash Bros, Super Soul Bros.
Also, may I also just say, congratulations to you guys. You guys just got 50 new Neo Geo / SNK songs added to Smash Bros. Just got added today. Want to point that one out there?
You can tell Brian is so happy right now.
Well, you know what's really funny? You know what's really funny about this is
They also get Persona music.
I'm excited every time a new character gets announced to Smash. I'm excited. I'm like, hell yeah, more music to dance with.
You guys get Banjo.
Yeah, dude.
Banjo
Oh,
Kazooie's
my
in
God.
it. You guys get Persona.
Dude.
Never saw that
but
coming.
Here's the thing. I love it. Nick Skull Kid fucking hates it. Because
hates all
they're
the new-
announcing new characters faster than he can make arrangements. It's so, oh my God, I'm just like sitting here like, who's next? Who next? Oh, there's a new one.
So I
Did he see the fact that they're doing more than just the 5?
I don't know
They
if he
announced-
has, but I can't wait to
They
call him.
announced after the 4th after they announced Terry Bogard from Fatal Fury, they were like, "Hey, we're almost done with the Fighters pack. We're gonna do more DLC characters. Just letting y'all know."
everyone's cheering except for this one guy sitting at his computer making arrangements. Like you motherfuckers.
Like, no, but seriously.
Slams his computer.
No, listen. By the time by the time Smash Brothers Ultimate is done,
It never will.
is done with DLC characters, we will have enough material to write 3 more albums.
Oh yeah.
At least.
They are almost at 1,000 songs in Super Smash Bros. Ultimate.
Jesus Christ.
God.
They just added 50 today
Jesus Christ on a
with
bendy
Neo
bus.
Geo coming in.
Remember that time that we lived during the same era where N64 couldn't play a song if you had more than 2 people playing it at the same time? And now you have the Nintendo Switch. It's like, go 1,000? Yeah, add 1,000 more. Fuck it.
Yeah, 1,000 more. There's 15 a day. 8
Oh.
people play at the same time. Go.
8 people
that's all
playing
you
at the
got?
same time
All right.
on fucking the smallest stage possible. Go nuts.
Have fun, asshole.
99 stock each. Have
Wait.
fun.
Wait, where are you going? Take me with you.
Oh.
Take me with you.
Do you think there's somebody out there that has played an 8-player Smash match with 99 stock for each 8 of the players?
I would imagine so.
That would
I mean,
have
there,
to take
there,
hours.
there are masochists.
Hours? That might be a full weekend.
There are masochists.
What
They
if
exist.
What if we did that for Let me have this.
Okay, go for
What
it.
if we what if we did that for our what the hell's the streaming thing?
A charity stream we were going to do. I actually had it's Smash Bros. Related. I had an idea we were going to do for that. So
the only thing is you're really good at that game, so it's like going to be a bunch of us casually playing while you're just raping face. It's not fair.
So he's the final boss.
But I mean, yeah, I'm the first character. Who am I kidding? I'm the first battle.
Yeah, I'm about to say
So-
you're good at Smash, but if this is like a Shibby Shack v Thrash Bros situation,
Yo.
are we throwing down?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to speak on behalf of the other 5 members of the band, but I'll
That's fine.
say
The 3 of us will take you on.
I suck at video games, and I'll happily. My favorite part about playing Smash Brothers is being Game and Watch with the side B. Wario
9 card.
farting on everything, and DDD being broken. DDD's my new favorite.
DDD, all you have to do is just hold down and let him go in his little.
I am
that he does?
I am the prettiest of all of the French girls.
My favorite was what was it, Melee with Pit, where I was just like, I don't feel like playing, and just fly away.
That was
Get back here, you bastard! And then I
that
fly
would
the
be
other direction.
Brawl, you fucking casual.
Yeah,
He wasn't
exactly.
in Melee.
You're such a nerd.
You fucking idiot.
said you have no nipples.
He doesn't know me.
Yo, he's saying your waifu don't exist.
Now it's taking too far. I got a pillow at home that'll prove you differently, sir.
I actually wanted to buy a body pillow, but my wife told me I couldn't.
Joke's on you. I don't have a wife. I can do it.
She's like, dude, just fucking snuggle me, asshole.
Why? But here's the thing. They're
Pillows don't have
Oh
bones.
no! Please try to defend this.
All right,
please.
all right,
I'm gonna put up my fucking feet. I cannot wait to hear you try to
Okay.
justify.
Okay.
No, my wife, let me buy a body pillow with an anime character on it. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All right, yeah, no, I got you.
I'll turn off my mic.
So my whole defense on that is that you snuggle before you go to sleep, because when you're trying to go to sleep, you move around sometimes when you sleep. And you're going to wake up the other person if you do that. And sometimes you want to, if you snuggle, you want to snuggle a little too hard. You don't want to, hurt the other person. And if you got to move around, you can move the pillow with you. So, that's why you snuggle with your significant other beforehand. And then when you're done, because then we do. We snuggle beforehand, and when we're done, you separate the snuggle, and then you go off and do your own thing. But it's like I have 2 pillows. I hold one pillow here, and I have one pillow goes between my legs. And then that's how I sleep. So I was like, I want to get a body pillow. And I was like, well, I'm going to get a body pillow. I might as well get, an anime body pillow, because you got to go full out. You can't just get a blank one from Target. You got to get one with a thing on it. She told me I could.
I don't know what would be worse. Getting a blank one from Michaels and putting a full body print of your wife on it, that might be grounds for divorce.
If I I think she might be more for it if I put her on the body pillow.
I mean, that's the ultimate form of flattery.
More power to you, brother. More
If
power
she
to
got
you.
a body pillow and put me on it, which also that's like if we ever make merch, the first thing I want to do is body pillows of all of us.
Oh my god! See, I liked your calendar idea.
Yes,
better.
I also calendar is
I
that's happening.
really wanna
There's
do
no
the calendar.
there's no if it happens, the fucking calendar is happening, and I'm taking all the photos.
Full frontal.
Whatever you want to do for your months, man.
I mean, what?
God damn.
I'm down.
I'm taking.
Can we do it in the snow?
Spread them.
Oh my god!
We gotta have something for each season. So the winter ones you could do in the snow.
Well, we'll just fucking... Dude, the calendar's going to take an entire year to make. Gonna wait for the fucking seasons. Oh, shit, we just got done with the 2020. Oh, damn, 2021.
The Shibby Shack calendar 2021, because we got to take a photo every month.
2021 released
If
in
you take
December
a photo
of 21.
outside now, you put on some shorts and a t-shirt, it looks summer. You're fine.
Exactly. Just don't notice my fucking rock hard nipples piercing through the shirt.
or the fact that there are
tape
no
'em
leaves on
down.
the trees.
Tape them down.
That'll be a yikes from me,
Tape
dog.
Fantastic. We can Photoshop leaves on the trees.
The fuck
Ah,
were we
there we-
talking about before?
Sports.
Brian
Concerts are-
wanting a body pillow.
No,
Yeah.
besides the body pillow. No, that they're adding in too many characters into Smash Brothers before you
thought you were
guys
gonna
can
keep
do
going with the body
arrangements
pillow.
of it.
Yeah.
And I will say, if I can make one request for the Super Thrash Bros, is that Persona 5 was added to Smash. And their music, if you guys have ever listened to Persona
I'm
5,
familiar with Persona's music.
oh my God, it's amazing. So I would say...
And you could sing.
I would say, yeah. It would have always... Actually, you know what? Perfect song I feel for you guys, and it's in all the Persona games, is Aria of the Soul, which is the Velvet Room song. because they do a more like a faster remix, which you guys can easily. I say easily as the guy who can't fucking play or make music.
Is that one the Your Room theme?
No,
like
that's,
your basement
that's
theme?
Beneath the Mask.
Oh, okay.
No, Aria the Soul is the one with the opera in it. The lady is singing opera. She's like,
Okay.
oh, like that.
Open do scream version.
Yeah, I was like, one, you can do Scream if you want to. Two, they made a faster version where you can, I feel like that'd be easier to make a metal version.
Do you want to hear my experience with Brian? I'll let you finish. No, but I just wanted to tell you, just to give you musical experience. We hold New Year's every year, and it was at your parents' house, I believe, right? We were all trashed. You just bought yourself a potato ocarina, and you wanted to play with Bob and I when we played Old Lang Syne. And so, the song, do, 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 do. So we all set up, and I turn around, and Brian has his back to everybody. I'm like, Brian, what are you doing? He's like, I can't hold the music and play the ocarina. I was like, yeah, but move this. He was putting the music.
Also drunk out of my mind.
At New Year's, never. Nothing with good Christian values.
Spencer and I are sitting there facing the camera and facing the crowd. Meanwhile, Brian's standing over here just like
hunched over. Like
you could still hear me.
No. Two brass instruments versus a potato ocarina facing the wrong direction. No, you couldn't. So this is a guy giving you musical recommendations.
To dial it back to your request. I will say I won't deny.
You can tell me to fuck off.
That well, no, because I don't want to say no. I also don't want to say yes.
That's totally fine.
Because the honest answer is I don't know. The thing is with Super Thrash Bros, as far as the musical standpoint is concerned, I do nothing. I am strictly a part of the performance. I am in the group chat for Super Thrash Bros on Facebook. Until it is time for convention season or we're going on a trip, the chat is muted because they're talking about business, they're talking about finances, they're talking about dates, they're talking about contracts, they're negotiating, they're talking about rehearsal schedules. That's not shit I need to know. And I'm literally just like, all right, pin me when I need to know something. It's like in the Facebook chat, you're just like, at so-and-so, this is what you need to know. Just at me when it's time for me to know something. And that's all I do.
No.
And
you can pass it on to your friends though.
There are things.
No, he doesn't have to do that. That was just more of me.
No.
Hey, I'm super pumped. It's in there.
No, what I'm going to say is, there are old Pixel Face tracks that had arrangements, lead sheets that I have, with permission of the people who arranged them, passed along to the Thrash Bros, which involves a 10-minute Persona medley, a 7-minute Castlevania medley.
Ooh,
I'm
that's good stuff.
trying to remember what else we gave. I think that was it. There might have been some other things, but it's escaping me at the moment. But it was all stuff that wasn't a part of Smash until recently.
Yeah.
And they were given, and they were looked at, and that was the end of the conversation that I had.
Mm-hmm.
So it could happen, it could not. There's also a priority chain of what's getting worked on because we're prioritizing. I mean, there's essentially what is going to be our next album. About, like, I'd say about 50 or 60% of it is already part of our set. And there's still stuff that's being ironed out. There's still stuff that's being worked on. But for the most part, over half of what is going to eventually be our next album is already being performed.
Mm-hmm.
I won't say what. You'll just have to come to a show and find out.
Highly recommended, by the way.
Thank you very much.
I am so bummed that I was working the night you guys played at the Stone Pony.
I will say this.
Bummed.
I will say this. As fun as it was for us to play the Stone Pony is a legendary venue. It is a feather in the cap of everybody who has played there. We played a 25-minute set. And a 25-minute set does not do what we do any level of justice. Because we had to cut a lot of corn. And this isn't us bad-mouthing the Pony. The Pony has rules, and we follow those rules. But to get the best experience of a Thrash Bros show, you need to see us play like a 45-minute or an hour 15 long set. Because there is so much shit that was just condensed for that show. Mm-hmm. It was not a full experience. I'm glad that you had a really good time. I'm glad you enjoyed yourself. I cannot wait for you to see us at a convention because we'll blow your fucking brain out of the back of your head.
Hell yeah.
If you thought we were good at the Pony, we're going to blow your fucking mind at a convention.
Yeah, and it's also just the atmosphere of a convention as well.
Absolutely.
Would add to it because
at a convention, everyone's on the same page.
Yeah, Spencer brought up before, there were a different genre. The rest of them were.
Yeah.
And, not even everyone there. Even definitely there would be people who are like, oh, I remember that song. That's from Pokemon. That's from Star Fox. There was also a good portion of people there that probably are just like, my kid played a Nintendo once.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, they're playing like Xbox. Put the Nintendo away.
Yeah.
Is that the Pokemon?
They call everything a Nintendo, probably the phone too. And
according to my parents, it's all PlayStation.
My Nintendo boy.
The all-new Apple Nintendo.
Apple wishes.
Honestly, I'd probably switch back to Apple if they came out with a Nintendo. I don't even know what the fucking Apple Nintendo would be. That's just a blank space in my head right now, but I would already buy it.
Yeah, well here is a blank check. Write any amount of money on it.
Pretty much. Just put the word Nintendo on it.
Shut up and take my money.
Yes.
But no, I'm definitely looking forward to you guys playing a show. Do you guys ever go to PAX East at all?
It's on our list of places to hit. It's just a matter of us getting invited.
Yeah, I was saying
we apply to places all the time. Because
I would love that because that's where I saw the Super Soul Brothers for the first time. I want to just see a Thrash versus Soul. Oh my god,
that'd be so cool.
Are you guys aware of each other's existence?
I mean, I know that the Super Soul Bros exist.
Right.
I don't know if the rest of the band knows the Soul Bros exist, and I don't know if they know that we exist. That
should all change.
Yeah, I mean,
there's also that
the Guitar
Bros. By the power of promotions.
The Guitar Bros know that we exist.
Well, didn't the Guitar Bros the ones that they had the chill stuff?
They played immediately after us on the second day of Colossal Con.
Yeah.
Which I felt so bad about because we immediately emptied the room. And then there were like 25 people left.
I know, because I remember I refilled my drink, and I came back to sit down because, dude, my body was, because that was the second day, right?
Yeah, it was the second day.
My body was fucking hurting.
Yeah, dude.
I went from
everyone else's was too.
Hi. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, that's great. At least you have something dude. I haven't gone to a hardcore show in 2 months, and so I'm fucking stomping, smashing the ground with my fists and stuff.
Yeah.
But so I was perfect. I'll get myself a nice, heavily alcoholic, sugary drink, sit down, listen to some chill acoustic music. After they stopped, cleared out even more. You had not Shy, some Buddha. I don't remember his name, but he was
Professor Shy Guy.
Professor Shy Guy. Thank you.
Yeah.
He was fun, but and then after that, people cleared out even more for the next person. I got an invite to go have a bacon and cheddar infused cheeseburger. So after I sort of said
that's
toodles
an invite
at that
you don't
point.
turn down.
Correct. So it was one of those things where I like to be there. I like to support bands, even bands that I wouldn't normally listen to, because I've been in a band. You feed off of the crowd's energy or just having a presence. If I go to a friend's show, I'll at least sway back and forth to the music.
Yeah.
I got acquainted with indie music. There's not a lot of throwing down to indie rock and
we did
singer-songwriter.
that too at the Pony when that the last band was on and everyone was going apeshit. And then when they left, the majority of the crowd left, and there was still one more band really to go.
Yeah.
Right.
They were called Running Late too, which was funny.
Exactly.
And we did everything we could to make sure they had the energy going.
We started skanking to singer-songwriter stuff.
Yeah, it was singer-songwriter or just nothing you'd really throw down to. And we were just going nuts during it to the point where the singer, she even got down and started dancing with us.
Indeed.
It was just
one of the guys asked if we took lessons, because at one point we were just doing when you just in the same motion of a two-step, so we just had a choreographed two-step going, and he was like, "Do you guys like take lessons somewhere?" I'm like, "Wow, thanks. No."
Wow.
I mean, that's a huge compliment, whether you realize it or not. But no, I do not.
I'm not like the person who's like, I'm the worst ever. I suck at dancing, but I just go into the zone over there where I'm just like, whatever. I'm kicking my feet, I'm throwing my arms, I'm having myself a time.
Dude,
that's
it's
literally
shit. That's all it is.
Literally every time I'm on the stage at the Thrash Bros, that's it.
Yeah.
Like,
It's fun.
That's it.
Just have fun.
That's as far as I go.
And when you are beaming energy and confidence, that comes off as knowing what you're doing.
Exactly.
Exactly. But it's really funny because you were saying you're starting two-step into to singer-songwriter stuff. I've opened up circle pits at acoustic shows.
That's awesome.
I think it was I think it was Streetlight. It was Streetlight at Starland.
okay.
At Starland, and I forget who the guy was that opened. He's like a friend of the band. It was an acoustic.
Dan
guy.
Podcast.
Yeah.
Oh.
Dave P.
And then
My favorite.
we there was this. He was like strumming his guitar. It was like a D chord or something. He was just doing crowd banter, and I was just like, "Spin this fucking room," and like 40 people start running in a circle with me to a D chord.
I just coughed into the mic and popped hard. My bad.
And he's just like strumming, and he's just like, to his credit, still strummed in time, while his face was in complete and utter disbelief. He's just like, guys, what are you doing? You're circle pitting to my crowd banter. What the fuck is going? Here's the next song. And we didn't stop for the entirety of this like slow.
I feel like I
sad
was
boy
at
ballad.
that show.
You probably were.
You
probably were.
I feel like I was at that show.
We all might have been at that show.
Yeah.
Whenever Streetlight comes to Starland,
Yeah,
we're
whenever they're
always
there, we're
It's
always
like
there.
it's like the thing to do.
Yeah. It's like I like them.
Well,
or
I
something.
hope I gave that energy when I yelled "Wall of Death."
Dude,
The same face was just like, wait, what? I mean,
You're
I.
all right.
I've definitely, you know what, that is fair. I've definitely been in a Dan podcast little skank pit. I don't know if I was in the 40. I don't know if I was in the circle like that, but I've definitely been in like
legitimate
that's awesome.
circle pit. Like if fucking. Oh God, what's his name? Like the fucking guy from Cannibal Corpse just fucking started doing this shit and just going like, "Let's go."
My favorite thing is at his shows whenever somebody just starts screaming "Play Freebird" and then he plays "Fuck You" plays and Skinner.
Oh, I love
my
that song.
favorite thing that he does.
My favorite, one of the older band, Pixel Face actually. One of the things that Pixel Face did is when we would, when somebody would call for Freebird, we'd all like find him and stare at him. And then, without breaking eye contact, I was the drummer in Pixel Face, so I just go, dun, 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 and we jump in. Dun, 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 da, 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 staring a hole through the guy. Da, 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 ba-dum, ba-da-da-da, fuck you! And we jump into whatever the next song was.
I went to.
Needless to say, one person at any of our shows said Freebird. We got the point across.
I was at PAX East, and this was back when we used to watch Rooster Teeth like all the time. They're the guy who does the music for like most of their shows, mostly for Ruby, Jeff Williams. He was there, and he was playing like, this was when Ruby was just coming out, and he was playing like the theme song for it on guitar, and somebody goes, "Play Freebird," and he literally stands up, points at the guy, and he goes, "Listen, motherfucker. All you guys scream play Freebird. I'll sit up here. I'll play for 30 minutes. I'll waste the entire panel. You want me to do it? I'll fucking do it." And then the guy doesn't say anything. That's what I fucking thought. And he sits back down and continues.
Dude, when somebody calls
So
for
good.
Freebird, you gotta call their bluff. That was what we did. Because they're like, listen, they're not gonna stop calling for Freebird. So you know what?
No.
We're gonna just play Freebird. But you asked before, what's the craziest crowd you had ever played for? So I answered the question for Thrash Bros. So for any other band I've been in, So I've mentioned Pixel Face a couple times before. Pixel Face was the first band I was ever a part of. And back in November of 2017, we had our album release show. And it was an amazing, amazing experience. We set an attendance record at the venue that we played that is yet to be broken, which was amazing.
Woo.
Hell yeah.
Such a fucking great night.
Right on, man.
So there was at some point in the night, one of the guitarists, I forget who it was, had a malfunction on the pedal board. And they were like trying to fix it. So whenever one of the pedal boards fucks up, the bassist and I had this routine where we'd play the holding music, which was bump, 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 and I do like a little swing, like ding, da, ding, da, ding, da, ding, ding, da, ding, exactly, and we just pass the music, pass the time, and our bassist just starts going bump, 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 bump. And the crowd starts singing 1877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids.
Jesus
They did that
Christ.
like 4 times.
I hate that jingle so much. That
Try working
moment
in
is
radio.
fantastic.
So, and here's where it's even better. So if that moment in of itself wasn't amazing enough, one of the bands that played that night are our friends from Maryland. Fun fact, 1877 Cars for Kids is a localized commercial. That doesn't go outside the tri-state area. So
God, that's great.
fucking
Christ.
Echo Heart from Baltimore, Maryland is just standing here waiting for the guitarists of this band to fix their shit. And then they're surrounded by 200 people singing the same phone number. And they have no idea what's going on. It made the moment so much better.
That's fucking
Oh my
amazing.
god. Oh my god. The next day it was even better because she was like, yeah, dude, like James's pedal board fucked up or something, and then Justice played a bass line, and then everybody was singing a song I didn't know the words to. I felt like I was on the outside of a joke. What the fuck happened? Why are you on the floor laughing at me, Brian? And it was just, oh my god. She doesn't sound like that, who I was speaking as. But that was
Why are all these people advocating for automobiles for children?
Donate your
A
cut
fucking scam
tonight.
too.
Is it really?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, oh absolutely.
Really?
Oh,
Oh,
it's
shit.
it's a
Yeah,
bullshit.
you promoted
scam.
a scam. No, I'm just kidding.
Hey, no, we didn't.
Shootin' the Shibby does not
Does not
Condo-
support
not
condone
1877
support or
Cars.
anything
giving
with Cars for
automobiles to
Kids.
children.
We are actually heavily against it. Fuck them.
Save your money. Don't donate to any charities. There you go. Everybody wins.
Keep your money today.
or donate it to us.
1877. Fuck yourself.
That's the number to donate.
KYS. You.
F-U-C-K, fuck yourself.
1877 KYS.
Kill yourself today.
Everybody.
Oh, my God.
Fantastic.
Oh, jeez.
That'll be our hotline to donate. We'll have a telethon because those are still relevant.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
It is fantastic.
So I guess it's we're getting to that point.
think we are.
Should we ask what did we learn today?
It is tradition at the end of every episode. We leave with one thing that we learned today.
Only one?
I mean, if you got more, you can let it ride. But
Okay.
we try at least have one thing, even if you got to pull it out of nowhere.
I learned that Brian heavily advocates for the purchasing of full anime body pillows.
See, that's something I've known forever. I can't take that
Well,
one.
you know what? I didn't know that.
I
And
mean,
I learned
hey,
that.
man.
Dude, Colossal Con next year, we're going to the hentai panels. I'm going to cut that right there.
Oh my God! Oh no, we're not cutting it right there because we got to talk about.
That's fine, because I can keep going.
We're gonna let's
keep it going. Come on.
We're gonna,
Hentai, yes.
we're gonna talk about the
Tentacles?
fucking hentai panel that myself and Mega Man and Brooke went to.
Which one was it? Because I was at all of them.
It was literally
I'm a hentai expert.
no.
I
It
know
literally
all the
it was
I
the
voice
one you
acted.
didn't go to.
Oh, that's so
There
disappointing.
No, it wasn't, because it was utter dog shit, and you missed nothing. You missed a slow motion train wreck.
Oh, but that's
those are the best kind.
but not in a fun way. It was like awkward and painful. All right, so
makes it even
So
better.
let me explain to you.
I love witnessing it when it doesn't happen to me.
the more you describe
So let me explain to you the premise.
Okay.
And how amazing this shit sounds. Hentai Jeopardy. So
Yeah, I missed this one.
Oh,
so,
but
Hentai Jeopardy. So you pick your categories, and
no.
they describe to you two scenarios. Blank and blank doing such and such, or such and such doing blank and blank. Which one is it? Like, which one is it? And you had to guess which one it was.
Oh no.
Which was amazing. That's an amazing premise.
For sure.
And in the right hands of the right host would have been fantastic. This guy was like awkward and like, dude, you're running an a fucking hentai panel at 1 o'clock in the morning, dude.
Yup.
Own it.
Yeah.
Own it. And the funniest part is Brooke's one of my best friends. We pretended to be a couple so that we would get on stage to play the game.
Okay.
Like, let the couple on stage. She's dating my best friend. They're like, it's amazing that we just pretend and put that face on.
Yeah.
And
Oh no.
there's a video, and I'm going to link it to somebody because I want it here. Like, I want you guys to share it with this podcast. There's a video of me. There's a couch on the stage. And Mega Man, Ryan, and I went to this panel. Ryan is in the crowd fighting to stay awake.
Oh, dude, that was me on a different one.
And there's a video
Feel that.
of me from the crowd filming him and slowly zooming in. And it's just him.
Just dozing. Just.
I was listening.
No, and then.
Oh, it lifts it.
It's so good, and I'm so mad because I forgot that I had it until after the Colossal Con recap video. And I was like, oh, I would have put that everywhere.
Well, that might have worked because I'm pretty sure they said no videoing at the hentai panel.
Well, you know what? The hentai panel can go fuck itself.
I mean, it
I
actually
probably
could.
did.
It actually could.
Well, no, it's funny. So here's the other thing that was beautiful about it. So the hentai panel had the screens that let you know if you were right or wrong were facing out. So from the stage, you couldn't even fucking see it, which seemed like a horrible oversight because I need to see the screen and see the fucking thing
to know what's going on.
So
yeah.
I'm aiming at it didn't matter what I was filming because I couldn't see. I'm going to pull up the video. Hold on. Fill some time.
That's fine.
Fill some
So
air.
my hentai experience.
Oh, God.
No, I met.
Oh jeez.
I met two girls. So one of the best things that happened at Colossal Con, we're at the video, right? We are waiting for video
Yes,
to.
we are waiting for it to load.
Okay. One of the best things that happened, there was a fire alarm that went off. Oh.
Shit.
Alistair, you gotta watch Rick and Morty. It's funny.
Yes, sir.
Brian, come here.
There's like 6 people in the. Oh, that's so distressing.
There were like 5 people.
So, but no. So I met these two girls, and we were just kind of hanging out, and I'm, wildly drunk. If you go to Colossal Con, you pretty much walk in the door and you get drunk.
I'll take it.
But they're like, you should come to some hentai panels.
So good. Can I please send you this and put it in the video?
Absolutely.
Oh my
yeah.
God. Here,
So-
guys, let's back up the bus over Ryan fucking Morris.
So
everybody.
I just want to, before we continue here, we have a comment here in the chat.
Oh boy.
It's from Just Van YT. They say, I just found this stream and I'm very concerned.
You should be, friend.
As you should be. Welcome to the Shibby Shack.
We're about to talk about hentai and how I lost every single little bit of innocence that I didn't realize I had left. No, so long story short, I met these two girls. So Colossal Con, there's like an after hours, late night, like go hang out in the water park sort of thing. I bought the wristband to go to both nights. Didn't go to one of them. One night I fell asleep at 11 o'clock. My fault. Started drinking at 8 in the morning. The other night
do it.
I ended up going to hentai because two cute girls were like, "Hey, come to these panels," and I'm like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
Yeah. We got every member of Thrash Bros got both nights for free.
You play a song and then suddenly they won't give you stuff.
We
whatever.
played.
No, you guys rock the show.
We played at least 8 songs.
8 long songs at that too. 8 songs
At
is not a
least
good
8.
barometer. You
At
played
least-
like for a solid hour, but either way,
We played for 3 hours over 2 days.
that's impressive. That's heavy.
That was
But-
literally every song that we had that's able to be performed.
Also, just a big shout out to Just Van YT. Thank you for following.
Thanks for following, friend. Join us on the train wreck.
He followed us at the worst part of the stream, so I guess that
Goddamn
there's
right.
there's only one way to go.
Indeed, down. Anywho, no, I just
Subterranean.
so like I'm at the panel and like I have like my arms around these girls. I'm feeling like hot shit. I don't know. I was just having fun, like flirting around it, and then the hentai starts. And I'm like, oh, haha, like, oh, tentacles, haha. And then I think it's against Twitch guidelines to go beyond what I witnessed, but I just like, with girls in hand, my jaw is just in my own lap. Just, what am I watching?
And they're just like, oh yeah, this is normal.
I learned what futari is. 18 plus, don't Google it unless you're 18. Or actually, you know what? Even if you are, just don't. Anywho.
I am so afraid of what that is.
You're gonna Google it later. It's fine. It's actually there's some of it's pretty legit. But anyway, there was a second panel that we went to. It was voice act your own hentai.
Oh no.
Oh, it was. Oh yes.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. You're doing good.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Stop.
And you know,
and
Drunk
desist.
Spencer. We just probably lost that follower.
End it right
Plenty-
now.
I
Plenty
feel
ooze.
so dirty right
You
now.
thought
Push the end stream button right now. Save yourself. Yo, what was the name of the guy that just followed the
Good
path?
night, everybody.
Just Van YT.
you thought. We're not done yet. And so it's just really funny that you brought up awkward hentai panels. You know that, and you know Drunk Spencer got his ass on that mic.
Why did I open this door?
That's why I.
This box cannot be reclosed.
Oh, it was great. Except next year if I do it and like I get like the cutesy anime girl, I'm gonna be like, oh yeah, oh hell yeah.
And then she's gonna turn to you and go, no.
Either that or you just do deadpan. Just oh yes.
Oh yeah.
Or you could be like me in my
Squidward,
audio
this is great.
audio class.
Spread it and give me them warm. Oh,
Oh, whoa.
I almost went to a dark place.
Good night, everybody.
In my audio production class,
Again.
we had to the guys had to do the opening scene to Cowboy Bebop, and the girls had to do Hellsing. So so I did Cowboy Bebop, and you had to voice Jet when Spike is like, "Why are there no beef?" and the bell peppers and beef, and he goes, "Yeah, I don't." It's like, I know not everyone here is going to be like the greatest voice actor ever, so I'm not really judging your voice. I'm judging you more on matching, the mouth movements. I took this as the opportunity to pick the worst possible voice for Jet in Cowboy Bebop. For anyone who doesn't know him, he's like bald, bearded, and he's huge.
He's a thick boy.
So you get Spike, who has like
Chonker.
the big hair, and he's like, Jet, and you get to me, and he's just like, the bounty on the space colony. The bounty on the space colony says this guy's at 1 million space bucks, like something like
You
that.
turned Jet into Kermit the Frog.
He's like, there's no beef in the bell peppers and beef, and I'm like, and our damages in our last ship has cost us $2 million.
You sound like a satirical YouTube poop.
But it's so good because we like, and the best part is I hand him it. Like, I have a big shit-eating grin on my face. I'm like, I fucking know what I just did. I'm like, here you go. I hand him it. He plugs it in. He's listening to it. He sits there. His face doesn't change. He has a straight face the entire time.
That's impressive.
And then he's like, I can't even do it. He's like, yeah, so on the third line there, you really have to match the P and whatever. And he's like, other than that, no, good work. Hands it back to me. Goes right back to whatever the fuck he's doing.
Was that the guy who looked like he had pants made out of duct tape?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I don't
and
remember his name.
This
though.
guy,
Duct tape
besides
pants.
that fucking day where he like shut me the fuck up when here I am being like, haha, here you go, asshole. Like, he just deadpan gives it back to me. He also came into class one day. I was playing Minecraft on my computer, and I was attacking a
Nerd.
zombie. I was attacking a zombie, and I'm
You play
just like
video games.
sitting there swinging at him. If he this moment, if he could have walked in with bigger balls, I don't know if the room could have fit them because he stopped. He stops by, looks at me playing, and here I'm thinking like he's gonna yell at me, and he goes, "Jump at him, swing at him while you're jumping him in the air, just critical damage," and walks past me.
Beep, 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 beep.
And I sit there, I like go to like the main
Dab.
menu, and I just turn around, and look at him, and he just continues walking like nothing ever fucking happened. And I'm like,
Explosions in the
did
background.
my friends just fucking teach me how to play Minecraft correctly?
That's amazing.
And
This
right
is in,
there,
like,
that $100,000+
2011,
tuition
2012, this was happening in 2012.
all
I'll have
came
you
to
know,
fruition.
Both of you were worth getting
Fucking-
into 6 figures of lifetime debt for.
Same.
Yeah, da, da.
I can take it or leave it.
Justifications because you can't give it back.
What did we all learn today?
That I
Besides,
can get the I can go
we
from
learned that I'm a big advocate for body pillows.
Okay, we learned that Brian is an advocate for body pillows. We've learned that bouncing garbage is the next big thing out of New Jersey.
bouncy garbage.
That's-
Indeed.
yeah.
Garbage, yeah.
That was going to be mine.
Bouncy garbage. And I'm going to stop talking so I don't steal someone else's thunder.
Bouncy garbage.
Bouncy garbage was yours. I learned that I'm such a hentai poser. Like I haven't watched. I feel like I talk about it all the time, but I haven't like sat down and watched a hentai on my own. And I'm not even trying to like cover my own ass. I would be totally fine saying I have. I just haven't.
You know what? Out of all the things to be a poser, I think hentai is the one thing you should. It's okay if you are.
Spencer. Hentai poser.
That's now your new Instagram bio.
Hentai. That'll be my new Instagram handle. Hentai poser.
Amateur, everything's
With
over,
the
and now
three.
it's hentai
Dude,
poser.
that's how I am with like all
POS3 R.
.3 uwu. Or colon
Hentai
3.
poser, ooh.
If there is a way for me to hate all of you,
What did I do?
more, you're guilty by association.
You're right.
Aren't you happy you came back?
This is what I get for
Welcome
missing
back,
2 months.
asshole.
Welcome back. You're an asshole.
I mean, that's
I
pretty much the
deserve it.
podcast.
I deserve it.
That would have been a better name than Shootin' the Shippy. Welcome back, you're an asshole. That'd be a perfect name.
Welcome back, shithead.
Well, I mean, the whole thing was
Our listeners are called shibheads.
We called this. Remember, it was Shibby Shack. It was Shooting the Shibby because we couldn't say Shooting the Shit.
Yep.
Because we were like, if we ever do get big one day where we have to put us on like a poster or something, they can't put shit on it. So I was like,
Or
I
we could
the
have the
Shibby
post.
Shack name.
We could have the font too big on the poster so it ends before you can spell out the word shit.
I
We can
won-
still do that with Shibby.
I wonder how many, like, if someone's gonna go back and like watch this video and like count how many times I'm just like, fuck it, I'm done.
He just gives up the mic.
Like, just nope.
Drinking game, kids. Drink
I'm
every
done.
time.
I'm
Pine drops
I'm
the mic.
hashtag Dunyan rings.
Dunyan rings.
It's the worst way you could break up with a girl. Tell her hashtag we're Dunyan rings.
Audi 5000.
What did Paul Bunyan do? What was that? Why do I know the name?
He's
Babe-
got
Babe the Blue Ox.
weird like bumpy feet.
Oh, I got
Bunions.
I got feet like Paul Dunyan.
Even though I know we're ending, but the chat here just we have Jay Galls 15 says what's going on, guys, and then just Van YT replies just with hentai.
I think we know who Jay
Yeah.
Galls is.
Yes, we do know. him.
Yeah, fucking. What's the
Hi,
Friend of
Jared.
the program. What up?
Yeah, the first guy. I keep forgetting his name.
Just Van YT.
Just Van YT. I kind of feel like we need to keep this podcast going just for the sake of Just Van YT. Yeah, the length of this podcast is entirely your fault. How does it feel?
I mean,
Nobody talk until he answers.
if you guys really want to,
What did I just say? Sorry for yelling at you.
me,
in
I'm
the
sorry,
house.
Are you
I
the
gotta turn
guest
off
or the
my mic.
host? I forget.
Are you-
Are you the guest or the host? I
are you the
forget.
guest or
Yes.
Spencer?
Yes.
Is this what it feels like to be on a podcast with me?
This is what it feels like to be on a podcast. With Ray.
with Ree?
We're 15 minutes away from our longest episode, so
I just realized something. This is probably the first episode in a long time that I haven't been cut off mid sentence.
What? Oh, you beat me to it. Damn it, you're a better Spencer than I am.
Hi, everybody. I'm new Spencer.
Hey, do you
Look
want to
at me,
come
I
on and
like
be
Scott.
Spencer?
I'm almost 30.
Actually, we have two people now who are better than Spencer.
But where's the
Spencer
lie?
from a few weeks ago,
Exactly.
and now Brian.
Today I learned that I am.
So you're like third tier Spencer.
Today, Spencer learned that he's replaceable. I love you so much. Don't be sad.
I feel about
I love
as
you so much. Don't be sad.
I feel like as much love as an overdraft fee right now. I don't know why that's a comparison I put in my head, but I'm just like, ooh.
I have a fun little.
I'm the surprise nobody wants.
I have a fun. It's okay, baby. I love you.
Really?
Yeah, dude.
Hey, shout out to Just Van YT saying this is probably my favorite podcast after watching only 5 minutes.
Oh my God, the pressure! How do we keep it going?
Shit. All right, I got a fun little improv game because fuck it, let's just go for the home run and make this the longest episode. Fuck it, because we came up with how that guy described ska as bouncy garbage.
Correct.
So in 3 words or less, describe a genre of music.
See, now you gotta
Pop
make me-
punk daddy problems.
No, pop punk, pizza, and friendship.
I was gonna say, gonna leave this town. That's 4.
Hate
Fuck-
this town.
Hate
this town.
No,
Hate this town.
or love my friends.
Ska, smiling emo.
Emo with a smile. That's a good one.
Punk
that's
with
4.
punk with horns.
I mean, ska punk is an actual subgenre of ska. Not that I would know as the almost 30-year-old that
look
listens
at
to ska music
look,
or whatever.
My name's Spencer, and I got a big musical dick.
You're goddamn right. I play trumpet. Let's see. Country music. Beer, Ford, and Cousins.
No.
I got it. Blues. Depressed horn sounds.
Sad horny boy.
Oh.
Wait, are we talking about me or are we talking... Oh, the genre, yeah.
We have another comment here from J Galls 15 saying, "Nice Seth Rollins shirt. I'm watching AEW in the background of this."
Fuck yeah, brother. Fuck yeah. Too sweet it.
I'm going to guess that's wrestling.
That is wrestling.
It is.
I
That
did
is
it.
wrestling.
I only know that because I know exactly who's commenting right now.
I am a huge wrestling fan, and I actually used to be a pro wrestler.
Too sweet, he says in all caps.
Too sweet, brother. Too sweet. Yeah, I used to be a pro wrestler.
Sweet and low, brother. What is...
Splenda.
I'm sorry, you said you were a pro wrestler.
I used to be a
so
pro
someone
wrestler.
paid you to... Now, were you like competitive wrestler? No, you weren't. You were a theatrical wrestler.
I was the TV show he's watching right now, professional. Yes.
Okay. How did you get into that?
As a favor to a friend, and it was fun, and I didn't stop.
Can you do me a favor and just be a pro wrestler real quick?
No.
What was the favor? I'm confused. How did this happen?
No. Okay, so my guy, at the time I had my very long hair and my big thick beard, and my guy was like, "Hey, I've also got long hair and a thick beard, and I'm trying to start this Viking stable of just a bunch of big fucking hairy dudes, and you're the biggest one. You're gonna be the enforcer, like you're the muscle of the group." And I was like, "I'm a fan. I don't really have that much training." And he goes, "Yeah, let's just do it." So we did. And it was really fun. And then like the stable broke up, and the guy running the promotion was like, "Dude, you want to like break out as a singles? You want to just wrestle on your own?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And I did. And it was
Right
really,
on, man.
It was really fun.
Right on.
My career ended though very abruptly, very quickly. I fractured my spine.
Yeah, you kind of need that.
Yeah, no,
Slightly important.
I
a little bit.
I fractured
And
my
they say
spine.
wrestling's fake.
No, yeah, like I straight up, I was a part of a bar fight actually that was started by somebody who said wrestling was fake. I am not an aggressive person, but if you like pick a fight with me about like, well, especially if I'm surrounded by my brothers, like I'll kick your ass. There was a guy who came in super drunk, and like we were hanging out at the bar where all the wrestlers were hanging out after the show. And this guy comes in, he's like, "Fucking actors, brr. I could be a fucking wrestler." And I go up to him like,
Oh, boy.
we're all actors, right? All right, here, give me your thumb. Here, I'm not gonna actually do the thing I did to this guy. I'm like, here,
Okay.
I'm gonna apply some pressure to your thumb. Act like you're in pain to your friends. And I did this, and he's like, ow, and I'm like, all right, yeah, no, that's not good enough. And then I grab him by the back of his hand and wrap his thumb around the back of his wrist. And I said, did that feel fake? And then his friends try to fight me, and I smash a bottle on the counter, and I pointed at him, and I said, get out of this fucking bar. And they all look at the bartender expecting him to do something. The bartender, who fucking loves us, he's our friend. The guy goes, you heard the man, get the fuck out of the bar.
Oh, validation.
Yeah, dude. Yeah,
Big
dude. Like
dick
that bartender, may he rest in peace. He passed away a couple years back.
I'm sorry, dude.
We all fucking went there. We all had a drink in his name. We all there was this one song we always gave him shit for. He'd always play this one song on the jukebox.
Right.
And we all hated it. It was an old fucking country song. And we put it in. We played the country song, and we all knocked back a drink for our fallen friend. He was like, when the story I just told you, when that happened, he was like 86.
Wow.
He was still bartending in 86?
Yeah, dude.
No kidding.
Guy, you went to shake his hand. It was like trying to fucking shake a cinder block. It's like trying to shake hands with a dude. It's like trying to shake hands with a brick.
Oh yeah,
it was ridiculous, dude.
No, I'm sure he case hardened, seen stuff.
Sharp as a fucking tack, could tear you down like fucking that, dude. It was awesome.
For sure.
I used to be a pro wrestler, so that's actually a lot of where my like speech patterns and crowd work comes from.
It kind of all makes sense when you explain
definitely.
it. Like your persona as a human being just kind of yeah.
Well, it's funny because when I was a wrestler, I was a bad guy. I was a heel.
You have the voice of a bad guy, and I mean that in a good way.
No, I genuinely appreciate that. The character I wrestled as, I was an asshole. Oh, I was.
You no, come on now.
No, dude, seriously. Because being a bad guy is so much more fun.
It is.
And the guy was like, guys would ask me like, how do you do it? Like, how are you such a good heel? And my whole thing was, and I would try to explain to people, is be like, so when you're at a party. And there's that one fucking guy. He's hitting on the girls. He's being like a shouty dickhead. And he's just stealing everyone's beer. He's spilling all the food. Nobody likes him. Be that guy. Be the guy that you're like, yo, fuck that guy.
Oh, I'm too good at being that guy.
Just be that guy in front of a room full of people. And oh, man, I got people to hate me. People would try to fight me in the parking lots.
That's awesome.
That's how you. Well, no, it's not.
That's not. But like that's how you know. Like,
oh yeah,
it's effective.
Yeah.
I'll fucking kill you. Thank you.
So I would tape my fists for the shows, and I would straight up not cut the tape off my fists until the traffic light getting out of town, because any point between me leaving the building and getting to that traffic light, somebody could try and jump me, and I'd have my fists were taped, and. Yeah, dude, people would try to fight me in the parking lots. It got to the point where like people would call the cops, and the cops would show up, and they'd be like, "You picking a fight with a wrestler?" "No, he's beating on my friend." "Did your friend swing first?" "No, he beat on my friend." "All right, good night," and they would just leave.
And you're like, but no, I could actually use the help officer. Or please,
no, dude, a wrestler could have legitimately gotten away with murder in that fucking parking lot.
So there's a dark underbelly to all this, huh?
Dude, no, there really is. Like,
where did you wrestle out of?
I wrestled out of it was a town in North Jersey. It's Manville.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Because
where
a buddy of mine does something very similar to that at the Monster Factory in, I think, either South Jersey or outside of Philly, something like that. And he had his whole character and all that. He got injured, and he kind of transitioned more into the like analyst role. So he's one of the hosts, like commentator and all that kind of stuff. And
I would have loved to be a manager or like a guy like a mouthpiece, but I'm just too tall. No, that's a thing.
That's pretty fair.
Like if you ever get a chance to just watch a regular wrestling show, the referees are intentionally between 5'3" and 5'6" to make them look bigger.
Right.
Oh,
I was about to say the contrast.
Okay.
Would definitely do it.
Okay.
There's actually in WWE right now. There's a backstage interviewer named Tom Phillips. and he's about my height. He's about 6'4". So whenever he's on camera, they shoot him from the waist up. And whenever he does an interview, he does this so that he seems shorter next to who he's interviewing.
Huh.
So, like, he'll be interviewing. If he stands up, fucking, what's his name? Fucking, Seth Rollins probably comes up to here on him. Now Seth Rollins looks taller visually, creating he's a superstar. When really, he's like 2 inches shorter than the guy fucking holding the twig, holding the microphone.
Huh.
Interesting.
There's a lot.
That's really cool.
There's a lot of like little details about shit like that even regular wrestling fans aren't even paying attention to. Speaking of that guy who's watching AEW right now, I'm going to go ahead and just say publicly so it's on the record, the wrestler Orange Cassidy is the best thing that has ever happened in professional wrestling. Because the gimmick that he works is that he doesn't give a shit. He could not care less if he tried.
Now, how does he do? Because, I mean,
he wrestles with his hands in his pockets.
Do it.
He wrestles with his hands in his pockets.
Successfully wrestles. I mean, I guess if you force your body hard enough.
He's wearing a pair of aviator sunglasses.
Right.
He's just standing there.
This sounds like an anime character.
There was a match where he's just like kicking, like there's a battle royal, and he's like just kicking the guy like this. He's just like, for those who can't see me, it's just like and the crowd's going, oh, and then he winds up for the last big one, and the crowd's going, oh.
And these are just casual kicks.
Just like literally like.
He kind of sounds like the One Punch Man of wrestling.
No, honestly, it's fucking amazing.
He sounds like a JoJo character fighting because most of them don't fight; they just keep their hands in their pocket while the stand does all the
He wears jeans that for some reason have a drawstring, and he has his hands in his pockets and a pair of aviator sunglasses.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
It's amazing. Dude, pro wrestling's amazing, dude. I love it.
So we got a few more comments here in chat.
Go for it.
We have someone who said we went from hentai conversations to bar fights. Another person, we had Deep Fried Oreos saying, never know what you're going to hear when you're listening to Shootin' the Shibby.
Accurate.
Jay Gall says, at least you didn't have a bottle of piss thrown at you.
No, yeah. That funnily enough, I was at a show where that happened.
Ooh.
Just Van said, oof. And then Jay Gall says it's true to something you said at one point. And then Deep Fried Oreos said again, nice ass. There was about 20 seconds of pure ass straight in my face.
Well, yeah, that's how you get Twitch daddies.
So I had
up next is a 5-hour marathon of Just Dance.
So I was gonna say,
followed by
I really
ASMR.
like the game. Okay. And I'm wearing my
It was a good game.
and I'm wearing my short shirt and my short shorts because man, I'm gonna get sweaty while I play. All right.
Nice.
So something you brought up earlier just made me think of this. So you don't answer for yourself; other people answer for you. If one of us died today, what would be the one song you'd play for them?
Wait.
Superman by Goldfinger.
Yeah,
Yes.
I saw that coming.
I know immediately. I was like, if Spencer died and we were all having a drink in his honor, the song I would play is Superman. By
No,
Goldfinger.
I would want you all to just be standing there, one for Spencer, and then slowly but like boldly. So here I am.
I mean, we'd sing it. I hope you know
everything
that.
I can. Or do it in a minor chord so it sounds sad. No, don't do that. That's terrible. Don't ever make that song sound sad.
What song would we do for Bob?
Honestly, Freebird.
Yeah.
Freebird.
Yeah, we probably would end up doing Freebird for Bob.
And it would just be me in the background saying, raise hell, praise Dale for you.
Woo!
Yee! Yee!
Where's Burrell when we need him?
I bet you he's down in Tennessee and he's just like, there's just a part of us like, what? Huh? What? Someone needs
Such a
me.
disturbance in the voice.
Exactly. I don't know what just happened, but somebody needs me. What would Brian's be? I honestly,
I like a lot of songs.
you do like
Probably something from I Fight Dragons.
it's too easy. I don't know. I would want. I mean, Amazing Grace is also too easy because that one generally makes Brian cry every time
It
he has
does.
it.
I literally can't get through a bagpipe version of Amazing Grace without crying.
Yeah, I feel
Because
What about
literally-
the Dropkick Murphys version?
Yeah, I still cry.
Well,
Really?
yeah, the intro's still
The
bagpipe.
intro is still the bagpipes.
Yeah,
And
yeah, that's true.
that. Their bagpipes.
Because I grew up as an Irish boy, so every single funeral I went to,
I feel that.
I swear to God, like it happened when my grandpa passed away. Some random ass dude came out of the fucking like just riz up from the ground in a full ensemble with the bagpipes and just immediately started playing. I just remember, one, I remember crying. Two, I remember looking over and just going, who the fuck are you and where did you come from? I swear they're just like an Irish person died. Like the closest person who has the entire thing is just like, go time, I gotta go.
Yeah.
And he just stood out like,
My people
it's
need
Irish
me.
funerals and military funerals
Yes.
as well. Because
and
I am in an Irish family as well, but I also a lot of my cousins are in the military.
yeah, my grandfathers were too as well.
Yeah.
So I just like, and the thing is, they're never like near you too.
Yeah,
they're always
far
like
away.
super far away, but you just hear them like miles away.
Yeah.
And like
Bagpipes are
it's also only one person.
Yeah.
It's never a group. It's just one lone person who just comes in and
Bagpipes.
just starts playing.
are somehow the one instrument that managed to be the most beautiful while simultaneously at the drop of a hat being the most shrill and awful thing. And it walks on such a fine line.
Well, you see, it's kind of like the clarinet amplified, where if it's not played perfectly, it sounds like shit. If it's played, so that's what it comes down to.
Honestly.
For you, I'm thinking I don't. For some reason, what's it called? Psycho Sticks, Hokey Fucking Pokey.
Oh
Do the fucking pokey.
my God! Story time.
What is that 2-ton paperweight?
That's enough. Well, that would be for me. My car is up. Oh yeah, because
My
it's just
car
shot the bed.
is
floor.
up.
Yeah, now we're getting the joke.
And it all comes full circle for everyone that's been here.
funnier when you explain them.
You see, it all started with Toyota's conception as a car company.
So, Super Thrash Bros is actually open for Psycho Stick.
Where?
We played at the Voltage Lounge in Philly.
Oh, you did. It's not a going to.
Yeah, we did.
Oh,
And we
do
also
it again.
played with them at Too Many Games as well. And we they invited us on stage to do the hokey fucking pokey.
Oh.
And it was, I don't know if anybody in here or out there in fucking podcast land has ever been to the Voltage Lounge in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, but the Voltage Lounge has a stage that's about 15 feet across, and that's like generous. And that's with no
Damn.
drums on it, no amps on it,
I'm gonna
and
be-
not a full band.
I'm going to be
stand.
asking this because I genuinely don't know. Is that similar to the Electric Factory? Did that change names or
The
are they two
Voltage
different places?
Lounge is the like little bar. No, that's a fair question. The Voltage Lounge is like the mini me Electric Factory.
Okay.
The Electric Factory is the ballroom in the back, and the Voltage Lounge is the bar in the front.
Okay. All right. Cool. Because I don't go to Philly for concerts all that much,
Yeah.
and I went to
If-
the Electric Factory once for the
if-
Ninja Sex Party.
Hell yeah, you did. If Electric Factory is Bulbasaur, if Electric Factory is like Venusaur, Voltage Lounge is like Ivysaur.
Okay.
I wouldn't exactly call it Bulbasaur because Bulbasaur is like a little itty bitty baby. Voltage
My
Lounge
basement is
a pretty big dude.
Bulbasaur.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair.
So basement show when?
Hey, I got a Bulbasaur right up there too.
Oh wow. Have we hit the longest episode yet?
Oh yeah, I'm sure we have.
I think-
Probably.
Okay.
At this point, I think we have.
Say I learned a lot about wrestling.
No, like, hey, let's do another. What have we learned today? Just immediately into. I learned about wrestling.
Yeah, dude. Well, I will say thank you for having me.
Dude, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, thanks for
This-
coming on.
This episode was expected to be one thing, and it turned into several others.
I'm going to interpret that as a good thing.
It is a good thing.
No, I know.
Honestly, I think we have enough content to do at least 2 episodes, and I fucking love it. I love it.
If
Dude,
anything, we should just start clipping things and actually uploading highlights.
Yeah. If you need if you want if you need filler, I'll sit here and talk to you guys for 3 hours. I don't give a shit. Let's go.
I mean, I have to go to work eventually.
Same.
I was gonna say,
record it and backlog it. Don't do it live.
I mean,
I also have work in 2 hours. So
Oh shit!
wait, what?
yeah, I work at midnight.
we have someone in the comments saying, "Keep going, dude. We got shit to do, man."
Yeah, dude, I got work in 2 hours, and I need to take a nap.
Yeah, dude.
I got to drive him home still.
Which luckily it's not that far of a drive.
It's not that bad.
287 is going to be dead.
Yeah, 287.
You're lucky.
I drive it every day.
It's okay.
The thing you're complaining about, that's me driving to and from work.
Yeah, they paid you to go there.
And you're
Actually, you
being-
know what? That's fair. You did give me beer money or gas money.
I did
Which
give
will-
Beer money.
You know what? I mean, in all honesty,
It's not even gas
What
money.
the
You just
difference?
immediately went to beer money. I love it.
I mean, it's going to turn into beer money. So,
And also, if you want us
it's
to
a
keep
donation towards local business, i.e., the bar.
Yeah. And for those of you saying keep going, hey, we're here every Wednesday.
Oh, Bob's here to do all the socials. Wait, no, we should probably. Do we?
No, Spencer, it sounded so much better when you interrupted me as I was starting to do that.
No,
to
but
make
I want
someone else do
want
it.
Bob to do it because he always did it. He does it good. Where you and I are like, Spotify.
Before you guys continue arguing, let me just get my shit in there.
Oh yes, please.
We were gonna get
Super Thrash Bros. For those of you who have only checked in for the hentai and wrestling portion of the show, because let's be real, that's
Have
most
they
of
done
you.
both?
I mean, it's essentially both.
If you haven't checked out Super Thrash Bros, we are a video game themed thrash metal band that does performances at conventions.
They are that post.
We
Fluffy
are
thing.
we are
Fluffy
we are
thing.
online at superthrashbros.com. Links to all of our social medias are there: our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, our Patreon.
Friendster.
If you like video games and metal
MySpace.
and like looking at my face and seeing it happy, go and follow all of the things. And
Yes.
also watch as I drop all of the shit here on the floor.
And for us, if you're just joining us, thank you so much for checking us out.
I'm so happy. I missed
Mondays,
this.
Brian and I will stream whatever we feel like streaming. We'll get back to Poke Mondays soon.
Yeah, Poke Mondays is coming back. I think the next thing we're going to stream is I found a Nuzlocke you can do for Worlds of Light for Smash Brothers Ultimate.
What the hell's a Nuzlocke?
Nuzlocke originated in Pokemon that whenever you lost a Pokemon in a battle, you had to get rid of the Pokemon.
Like when your Pokemon faints. It's
When your Pokemon
When
faints,
it faints,
means
it's
it's dead, and you have to get rid of it. So a Nuzlocke was
Wasn't
you
that
can
like
only
a
catch the first.
creepypasta?
You can only catch the first Pokemon you see in any area, and that is the Pokemon you have to keep on your team.
Okay.
You can't catch any other Pokemon from that area.
yeah.
Gotcha.
And once
gotcha.
the Pokemon dies, that's it. You either got to release them or store them in your. I just like to store them in my box so I could just see all the ones I've lost.
Storm in your box.
So there's a version in World of Light because you start out with just Kirby and you get characters along the way.
Right.
And then any time you lose in one of the against a spirit in World of Light, you then no longer can use that character.
Oh wow.
So I'm going to. I started doing one on my own on the side, and I've already lost 2 people. Rest in peace, Mario and Marth.
Yep,
Lost them too.
rest in piles.
But yeah, I'm gonna start doing that. It's gonna be super fun. I can't wait to not get all the way to Galeem because there are a lot of them that are just too fucking hard.
That's the spirit.
But yeah, so Bob and I will be doing that on Mondays. Tuesdays we have Brick, who is unfortunately not here today, but he was in the
He's a
chat
little
at Brick
dead
Sauce
right now.
too. Yeah, he got sick today, unfortunately, so he couldn't make it. But he does Fable Tuesdays, where he's streaming some Fable 2, and then he may go to another sequel game after that. But he streams on Tuesdays. Wednesdays, you got us here. We do the podcast, usually starting around 7:30, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time.
And if you're a podcast listener on all the major podcast outlets, you can check us out live Wednesdays, twitch.tv/Shibby_Shack.
Yes, we are on Twitch there, and we are also on Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, all major podcast platforms. Just do a little Google search and
Just
say
type in Shibby
hey,
Shack
Shibby Shack.
there, or Shooting the Shibby, either or. Both of those work. And then on Thursdays, Brick usually streams again. He streams usually anything. He's done like Rugrats Search for Reptar. He streamed ESPN football before. He picks whatever's off the top of his head. Then Tony Hawk's
fun
Underground
stuff.
was what he was playing recently. Really liked that. And all of our archived streams, even this one you're watching right now, or if you're listening to this on the recording later, hey, you can watch the archive version with video too on our YouTube channel. Just type in Shibby Shack on YouTube.
Now in color.
There. That's where we upload all stuff there.
anymore.
So
No, it's the 20s next year.
and I think that's basically everything.
Yeah, that's.
I wanted Bob to do it, man. It doesn't feel
that's
like
pretty much
home
it.
until Bob says the socials.
You can
And
also
here you
check
go.
us out
Thank
on
you.
social media.
Oh, thank you, Bob. Give me this.
Website.com/Shibby Shack Official. You can check us out Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Friendster, My Yearbook, whatever it is.
Second Life.
Second Life. The pool is closed.
Christian Mingles.
You know, all the
Farmers only.
all of your favorite social media platforms, we are there, and you can check us
DeviantArt.
out and interact with us there. So I guess for one final time, for Brian,
What's up?
for Spencer,
Yeah, I'm Spencer.
and for other Brian.
I'm going to be real. I've had to poop ever since we've been talking about hentai.
Because hentai is the shit.
And
Ew.
I don't.
I'm Bob.
Sorry for everything.
Good night, everybody.
Bob, you're so hot when you do the socials.
Oh yeah.
all of the time. I like to